This is one of those unplanned, off the cuff kind of videos. So, I was going through my social media stuff and everything like that, and I came across the fact that Hartley Sawyer, the guy who plays Elongated Man or Plastic Man, um, on The Flash, got fired. Why? Because of old tweets. Now, this is a thing that has been going on for a while. This is the shit that just really pisses me off. And it pisses off a lot of people. It's scary. It's scary. You can sit there and be the best version of yourself today. You can be on top of the world, being superstar, making money, on a successful TV show, franchise, movie, whatever, director, whatever you are in the public eye. The minute somebody finds an old tweet, an old photo, an old anything, you're fired. You are you're canceled at that point. And somebody in the comment section where I was actually, to tell you the truth, this is from Eric Relo. And somebody at the bottom of the comment section was like, for a show that talks about second chances and things of that nature, like, really, with the whole fucking Flash thing. And this is the thing that it's the reason why it pisses me off is not just because I'm a Flash fan or, I love his character and stuff like that. This goes well beyond that. I mean, listen, CW has got its own fucking problems with Ruby Rose just fucking leaving and them doing whatever bullshit that they're going to be doing with that show. This is a fucking problem, man. This is a problem. Because, you look at, I'm so fucking mad. I'm so fucking kind of flustered right now. I can't even sit there. Hold on, let me pause it for a second. You look at Kevin Hart. He was gonna sit there and post. He was gonna sit there and do the whole Oscar thing, and then people found stuff from his old stand-up comedians. His old stand-up stuff, and stuff about his son and jokes and stuff like that they found that was insensitive. They were nearly a decade ago, and the Oscars wanted him to apologize, and he was like, "No." Of course, that whole thing, I'm not going to really get into that, but the point was, he was like, "Yo, I'm not apologizing. I apologized way back when. I'm not doing it again." Okay, well, you can't host. So what wound up happening with the Oscars? Oh, they got nobody to host. So they had to sit there and do what they call like a variety show, where they got different people, different like fucking C-lister stars or whatever, to like, come in and do different segments and shit. And that's literally because they couldn't find anybody to host the Oscars. No one wants to sit there and go in there and have old shit come back there to bite them in the ass. The whole thing with fucking Tim Gunn. I actually, tell you the truth, this shit, it probably started a while back, but I felt like it really hit the fan with Tim Gunn, with his old tweets. And people started to say, "Well, it's not funny." And this is the thing that I fucking hate when these companies do that. And this goes to fucking Marvel and Disney and fucking DC and Warner Brothers. They put out a statement. Both of them pretty much put out a statement. The one Hartley was like, "Oh well, we don't tolerate this, and it demeans our values and stuff like that as a company." And pretty much they're saying that you're making us look bad, and we don't stand for that, and we don't tolerate that, and we always tolerate inclusiveness and blah blah blah. And it's like, listen, here's the thing that bothers me about that. I would have been okay with him being fired if this shit happened. I would have been okay with him being fired if this shit happened, I don't know, 2 months ago, 4 months ago, whatever. This shit was years ago. Somebody was saying this shit was like 8 years ago. So my question is, when is the expiration date on old tweets? When is the expiration date on old evidence? I feel like it should be after a certain time period that it should be dismissed. I was going to compare it to something else. I'm not going to do that. You ain't catching me if I actually try to be a fucking superstar. But it should be like, oh, like certain crimes or whatever will not stand up in court if it's past a certain date. You know? So why is he getting fired? And that's the thing that really just kind of bothered me a little bit. I don't know, maybe if he was just like over it and he was done with it. He's like, you know what, fuck it, I've been here long enough, I served my time, let me just do something else. You know? Because he pretty much was just like, he put out a, well, his press person put out a bullshit statement talking about, oh, well, I'm sorry, I know that it was all jokes, but it hurt people, and I apologize. And, you know, there's always this counterman argument that everyone makes, and that I agree with, is that people are just too fucking sensitive. People are, you know, they love to be outraged about something, they're very quick to sit there and cancel someone, and so forth. And this, you know, again, I kind of look at it a little bit like this. Why would you want to work for a studio or a company that's going to fire you over something that happened years ago? You know? Over a tweet that they said years ago. Over a joke that they said years ago. Over a post that they said years ago. Why would you want to sit there and work, give your all, your everything, your time, your money, time that you can't get back that you could be spending with your family? Hell, fucking Hartley has a fucking cute ass dog. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I really feel like after what they did, he probably would have been better just spending time with his dog than being on the show. On the show where they could sit there and kick you to the curb because of some old fucking tweets that you did. I mean, this shit is just fucking crazy, B. It's so fucking crazy. Honestly, tell you the truth, I think what's gonna wind up happening to him is that he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. He'll, you know, it'd be like with everyone else. They'll go in hiding, you know, they'll kind of just chill for a little bit, just fall back, probably do some independent movies or whatever, here and there, some low budget shit. I don't think he's big enough. I mean, I know The Flash is kind of big, so it may kind of take a little bit to die down, but it will. And in a couple of months, or a year, or whatever, he'll be back doing what he does on another network. I really do feel like that. I really do feel like he'll be back on another network, doing something else, because the dude is talented, you know? I always have a lot of respect for people in the acting world that can remember so many lines and who can remember so many lines and just go out there every day. I mean, here's the thing. I respect them for the fact that I respect other people. That when you become a public figure, you know, everything is exposed. You know, you're open to all sorts of criticism, all sorts of comments, mean tweets, whatever, you know. And no one's above reproach. Hell, I'm not above reproach. There's so many fucking times where people have said mean things or whatever. So I respect people that can actually go out there in the public and could just be like, hey, listen, I'm doing this, and you know, I hope you love my work. If not, F off. I do wish him luck, and I feel like this is just gonna be a thing that's just. I feel like we're gonna get to a point where we get to the right person, and he's gonna be like, you know what, I had enough. And they're gonna fight back. It kind of sucks that he didn't fight back and been like, yo, listen, this is some shit that happened a long time ago. You know, you're firing me for shit that happened 8 years ago, for a fucking tweet that happened 8 years ago. I understand. Here's the thing. I get the idea that if you do something during your off time, that it can affect what you do during your on time. You know, like if the whole thing with AJ Archie from fucking Riverdale, okay, Kaplan or whatever, or Cap whatever. He did something. I think he was driving or whatever, and I think he was tired, and he hit a pole or some shit like that, and there was a little bit of backlash. You know, because he's on a show where people and teens or whatever watch him every day, and you know, it does kind of reflect the type of people that you hire on your set. I get the whole image thing and protecting themselves, but if this was some shit that happened years ago, let it go. If this is shit that happened like fucking yesterday or whatever, okay, cool, I get it, you know. I think that people do overreact, but I understand the company protecting their ass. But at what point do you be like, all right, you hire this guy, you know, he signs his blood, sweat, and tears into your show, and you discard him like garbage to sit there and make yourself feel better, you know? So when you sit there and talk about you're about all inclusiveness and people not feeling, you know, like crap or whatever, people being safe and inclusive, and you try to prop your company up like it's really great. But how great is it if you can sit there and fire somebody over something that happened years ago? You can fire him that happened years ago and treat him like dirt because you're trying to make yourself look better. So this is exactly what kind of company are you? You know? It just really makes you sit there and think about the people that you work with and you work for. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I really hope he has a backup plan. And if anybody who's watching this now and you're in the entertainment business or whatever, just make sure you have a backup plan. Make sure you have a backup plan. Because a lot of people have dirt. You know, a lot of people have dirt. And what you may not think that's dirt, other people may sit there and find it to be dirt. So make sure you have a backup plan. Whatever it is, a fallback plan, a fucking degree, whatever it is, have a fucking backup plan. Because at any point in time, these motherfuckers could just kick you right to the curb and be like, well, yeah, he's gone. Because it doesn't reflect our values and our way. And then they close the door like, yo, man, he made us look so bad. He was going to get our advertising taken away. Now, we gotta kick him out. We can't let him fuck up what we doing. You know, there's money, and we can't let him. Because, I mean, granted, that's just how I feel about that company, about Disney, just about the entertainment business. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to sit there and say about that. I know this is probably more of a rant than, more of a rant than, I don't know, constructive point, but, I don't know. Anyway, post your comments below. Let me know if you actually agree. If you actually agree with him being fired and why. Me personally, here's the thing. Even about The Flash, it's just like, alright, you know, whatever. It's in the 7th season. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I think they got like one more season to go. And that's it. Like, after the 7, they're going to be in their last season. So, if he leaves a season before, whatever. Yeah. So, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. For anyone who's watching, let me know what you think below. Let me know if you think that what the CW did was right. Do you think that they're do you think that they're wrong? And why do you think that they're wrong? Or why do you think they're right for? Also, if you do feel like they're right, what do you think is an expiration date on digging up old stuff? Like, how far is too far? Because here's the thing, I can sit there and say, hold on. Because I can sit there and say, hypothetically, if I'm on, let's just sit there and say, Channel 7. I don't know, part of me can't figure me being on fucking Channel 11. Maybe Channel 4. But if I sat there and I said a tweet, and this tweet was like 2 months ago, and they fired me, and people be like, well, it's justified because it was 2 months ago, as opposed to 2 years ago. And then people can sit there and say, well, you know what, listen, words are words, and it doesn't matter when you heard it, and it was wrong, and it shouldn't have an expiration date. But then I always sit there and believe that the philosophy is, people grow and people change. Who you are now is not who you're going to be in 5 years. I still believe that there should be an expiration date, but if you don't believe that, please tell me why. I don't know. Just playing a little devil's advocate, I guess. Anyway, be safe, marry, all that good stuff. And, yeah, catch you in the next video.